morning, everyone. Welcome back to another reading vlog. So I kind of dropped the ball on vlogging this past week. We are in the last week of the Newt's Readathon. Today is August 29th, so there's only a few more days left in August until the magical readathon is completed, and I have to say I am actually very pleased with my progress for August. Just to kind of do a quick recap, I've completed all of the challenges except for one to become a Hogwarts professor, and I still have a couple more days to finish. And I know I'm going to finish because I actually have to finish that book today. So right now I'm working on getting an A in herbology, which is to listen to an audiobook or read a book with green on the cover. And I'm actually doing both by reading Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. So this is the second book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. And I know I've mentioned this before, this is our Muggle Studies book club pick for August. And our live show is actually tonight. I mean, you're gonna see this reading vlog and our live show will have already happened. I will leave it linked down below if you wanna go check out our thoughts and everything. But I don't like this book so far. I'm halfway through this book. I'm on somewhere in chapter 11. I am listening to the audiobook of it. So let me see. It's telling me that I have 7 hours and 15 minutes remaining, and I am on chapter 11. So chapter 11 is roughly around page 182. So this is how much I have left to read, which is almost close to like half of it. But like I said, I am listening to the audiobook and I don't like it. Like, I really don't like it. I am struggling and I have to finish this book by tonight. Our live show is at 8 p.m. my time. So I have 7 hours and 15 minutes left. I am listening to it at 2 times speed, and even that is like a struggle. I thought maybe if I sped up the reading, I could get through it a little bit better, but oh my gosh, I'm struggling. Like, the characters are so annoying. The plot itself is actually very entertaining. I'm enjoying the plot. I'm enjoying the action scenes. I love the world building, the magic system. It's very unique and interesting, and I love like this whole like amplifier thing. It's very cool. But Alina and Mal, oh my gosh, I can't. And we're in first person, so it makes it even worse because you're hearing Alina's thoughts, and it's like, she's just so one-dimensional. I enjoyed her a lot more in Shadow and Bone, but oh my god, she's very wishy-washy. She can't decide which side she wants to do. She's like, she says one thing and then does another, and then she just, I just can't. And Mal is the same. He is just such a pointless, useless character. I honestly feel like the book would read the same would happen, like plot-wise, if he wasn't there. Like, honestly, like, I feel like he is such a useless character. So if I continue at this pace, I can pretty much finish this book in roughly 3.5 hours. So that's actually not that bad. Like, finishing an audiobook in 3.5 hours, I definitely have plenty of time, but I just don't want to. I don't want to. I really want to read something else. I've actually ordered a few books on Amazon, and they are scheduled to come in today, and I have a feeling I'm just gonna want to read those books because who doesn't want to read a shiny new book that comes in the mail? Anyways, so my plan for pretty much today is really to knock out Siege and Storm. I did make myself some tea this morning. I needed some caffeine. Oh my goodness, this is the best tea I have ever tasted. It is so good. It is the Harney Sons Tea, and this is the Paris blend tea. It is so good. It is a black tea, and it has vanilla, fruit, and citrus flavors. So good. So good. Like, I will typically mix like 3 different teas together to get this type of tea, and this is just amazing. It's kind kind of a little sweeter because of the vanilla and a little bit of the fruit, but it also has a little tanginess to it from the citrus, but then it also gives you that caffeine and like richness of a black tea. It's amazing. It smells so good. Even Kevin, who's not like a huge tea drinker, smelled this and was like, wow, this smells really good. And they come in little sachets. So I highly recommend it. I got it at World Market, but I have seen this brand at Target. That is pretty much it for right now. I will update you guys later. Guys, so it is later on in the day. I'm doing decently well with reading Siege and Storm. I just am starting chapter 18. I'm on page 311. So the last time I did an update, I was on 197. So I've gotten a good chunk done, but I still have another 120 or so pages left to read. Still have a good chunk. It's telling me that I have 3 hours and 45 minutes remaining, so we'll see. I actually am taking a lot more thorough and detailed notes for this live show, mainly because I have a lot of like questions and things are kind of starting to come together, and like the plot is thickening, and also characters. I think my biggest issue are the characters with this book. I'm liking Alina a little bit better, but still, we'll see. I'm curious to see what Hannah thinks. Like, I've been wanting to ask her, but I want to wait until the live show so that we have like more to talk about, and I want to kind of be surprised of like what she thinks of this book. But I thought I would take a quick break and do an unboxing. So I ordered this book about a day or so ago, and I'm so excited that it's already come in. I know exactly what it is. A lot of people have been raving about this book on YouTube, and I have definitely been in a new adult romance reading mood, and like I said, this book's been really hyped, so I thought I would get it, and that is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This is supposed to be like similar to Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'm really excited, so I think this is gonna be a really good one. Hannah enjoyed it. I think she gave it like a 4 out of 5 stars, and we tend to give a lot of the same ratings on books, so I think a 4 out of 5 stars for a new adult romantic contemporary like rom-com is really good. So that means that it's going to be enjoyable, and I should read through it pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm really excited. I honestly just want to start this book right now instead of reading Siege and Storm, but I really need to finish this for our live show. Hey guys, so it's been a few days since my last update, and I thought I would just give you another update on reading. So we are now in September. The Magical Readathon, or the Newts Readathon, is officially done, and I did finish Siege and Storm on August 29th because that was the day of our live show. And if you were part of that live show, you know that it was quite an ordeal to get it started. YouTube basically removed their Google Hangouts, and it took us 2 hours to figure out how to do our live show. It was ridiculous. So hopefully the next one will have worked out all of the kinks and stuff, but I will leave the link to our live show down below. I ended up giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite. I definitely enjoyed Shadow and Bone a lot more than Siege and Storm. I just had trouble connecting to the characters in this one. I enjoyed the plot. I enjoyed the magic system. I enjoy Leigh Bardugo's action scenes at the beginning and the end, but I just felt like this book was just really slow, and a good chunk of it probably didn't even need to be in this book. I felt like it was kind of a filler book, and it really fell, unfortunately, into that like cliche second book slump type book. So I can say that I officially became a Hogwarts professor for the magical readathon, and I thought it'd be fun to just kind of do a quick recap of everything. I had to get an A, E, and O in the subject of my choice, an A and an E in Defense Against the Dark Arts, and I had to get an A in 2 other subjects of my choice. So I ended up getting an A in Divination, which was to read a white book, and I believe I read I, Zombie for that one. I also got an A in Herbology, which was to listen to an audiobook or read a book with a green cover, and I read Siege and Storm for that one. Next, I decided that my subject to teach was going to be Transfiguration, and for an A, I had to read a book with LGBTQA plus representation. I read All the Better Part of Me by Molly Ringwald, and then in order to get an E, I had to read a book that was not first in a series, and for this I went with Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. Then I had to read a book that was over 500 pages, and I read Queen of Shadows, also by Sarah J. Maas. So next I had to get an A and an E in Defense Against the Dark Arts, and for A, I had to read a book that is black under the dust jacket, and for this I read Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the Throne of Glass series, and as you can see, it is black under the dust jacket. Then I had to read a book that first came to mind when I was starting my TBR, and for that I went with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is a Harry Potter readathon, so quick, what's the first book that comes to mind? Well, it was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I thought it'd be fun to read the illustrated edition of it. I am very, very, very happy with my reading progress for August. I read so many books. I need to count how many pages. So I thought it would be fun now to kind of discuss the books that I plan on reading for the remainder of this reading vlog. So right now I am listening to Fight or Flight by Samantha Young. This is so good. Hannah actually recommended it for me. She was listening to it and she was like, you have to listen to this audiobook. It's so good. It is a hate to love new adult romance. I think our main character is 29 or 30 years old. So I guess you could say it's adult romance, but it's like a romantic comedy story, hate to love relationship, and the male character has a Scottish accent, which is done really well. I highly, highly recommend it. I asked her, I was like, well, should I just buy a physical copy? And she was like, no, listen to the audiobooks. I'm like, okay, and I'm not disappointed. I have 7.5 hours left. I'm on chapter 11. And then the next book that I really want to pick up is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I'm really, really excited to pick this one up. Hannah just read it and she really enjoyed it. So I think this is another new adult rom-com, which I'm really, really excited about. I've just been in that mood, and actually I have another one of Christina Lauren's books that I really want to pick up. Kevin's popping in to tell us what he's reading.
Oh, cheer for me.
What are you currently reading? I'm so excited. He's finally reading it. Well, listening to the audiobook.
I don't remember why I'm reading this, but it showed up on our library, and I, for whatever reason, remembered it sounding like something somebody told me I should read, and I didn't have anything else, so I am reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, or as you keep calling it,
ACOTAR.
That one. I am, I think, about halfway through, so
Do you know what chapter you're on?
No clue. Audiobook's like 16 hours, and I'm like 8 out of,
okay.
I'm 8 in, got 8 left.
Okay.
So far it's cool. I feel like it's got some, there was at one point I almost asked you if it was like a Beauty and the Beast or something.
It is.
Oh, okay.
It is. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's one of the better, well done Beauty and the Beast. How are you liking it?
Yeah, it's good so far.
It's good so far?
I mean, I'm still listening to it.
This is the weakest in the story, in my opinion. This is the weakest in...
Just because, like, it's standing it up, or...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, background info. But,
yeah, and the characters change, and It's just, so if you enjoyed ACOTAR, you're gonna love the other two.
Great. What else have I read anything else by her?
Throne of Glass.
I haven't read
No, actually you have not, but that's all she's written.
Oh, okay.
Which we own.
Okay.
So, but I really wanted him to read this one. I figured this is a good starting point because Throne of Glass is like an 8-book series.
But I like big series.
You do, and then there are like dragons in Throne of Glass.
Oh, great. So I'll knock this out and then I'll move on.
Well, not dragons per se.
It's fine.
But
don't worry, I'll read it.
You're going to really enjoy it. Yeah, cool. So yeah, that's it for this update, and we'll update you guys later. Hey guys, so today is going to be my last reading update. Once again, I kind of stopped vlogging. It's like when you skip one day, it's really hard to get back on track. You kind of have to keep vlogging every single day, but I have been doing well with reading, just not really vlogging. So I did finish Fight or Flight by Samantha Young, and I ended up giving this a 5 out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I think if you like adult romantic comedy, then I highly recommend reading this one. And actually, if you're able to get your hands on the audiobook, then I highly recommend listening to the audiobook because it was so good and I really liked the different accents. The narrator did a fantastic job. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I love this book so much. I think I might buy it, like a physical copy of it, so that I can have it because this might be a reread for me.
Sorry.
Well, since you're here, why don't you come tell us what you're just finished and what you're currently reading.
All right. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, look, we're matching.
Oops. Hey,
that was not on purpose.
No. So I just finished reading, all I can think of is ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yes.
By
Sarah J. Maas.
Sarah J. Maas. Enjoyed it. It was
Yeah.
good. Looking forward to reading A Court of Mist and Fury.
Yeah, which is the
next one.
Yeah, and that is my favorite book that Sarah J. Maas has written out of 10 books.
Okay, so I'm
something like that.
Much looking forward to reading it.
Yeah, I really hope I'm not overhyping it.
Oh no, I liked the first one. I think you were spot on with the first one for me. So I'm not reading anything right now.
That's fine.
Because I'm just waiting on that to.
Yeah, because that's a long audiobook.
To be available.
Yeah, let's see how long it's gonna take to get it. Oh yeah! Look at that!
All right.
It's available!
Correction, everybody. I am currently listening. Wait, hit play for like 2 seconds. Just hit play.
Oh wait, that's the end.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
Recorded Books and One Click Digital present
Okay.
A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas.
Okay.
Narrated by Jennifer Ikeda.
All right, everyone. I am officially listening to A Court of
Mist and Fury. It's a 23 long audiobook.
23 hours. I'm gonna listen to it
23 hour long audiobook.
An entire day.
You have 17 days. You can do it.
I don't drive a lot anymore, so this is gonna be interesting.
You can do it.
I'm gonna have to listen to that while I'm making dinner or something.
Yeah. Why don't you go do that right now? And I'll finish filming.
That's my cue to get out of the picture.
No, you can go make dinner.
It's great to see everybody. Bye.
Go cook. Anyways, so what I'm going to be reading next is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I'm very excited to read this one. I've heard great things about it. This has been hyped up on BookTube for a little while now, so I'm super excited. Once again, this is another like adult rom-com, so I think this is going to be a lot of fun to read, and I think I am going to pick this one up probably tonight or in the next couple of days. I've also started reading Empire of Storm by Sarah J. Maas. We also have this one on audiobook, so I can't decide if I want to physically read it or listen to the audiobook of it, but I've already started. I'm not very far. I would say maybe like 50 pages or so in, and it's amazing. Obviously, this is my favorite one in the series, and just rereading it, reminds me how much I adore this book, and just this is where the story just gets super, super intense. Well, it got really, really intense in Queen of Shadows, but this is like everything is just coming together and all the questions are getting answered, and it's so, so good. So I'm really, really excited to reread this one. So that is it for this reading vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time in another video. Bye!